Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, continuing with those below average temperatures this morning with a slight onshore breeze and mostly cloudy to overcast conditions. We'll see cloudy conditions prevailing as we move through the day today, keeping those cooler than average temperatures. We will start to see a slight chance of some rain moving into the area, particularly as we get into the afternoon and continuing into the overnight time frame. However, instability looks to be at a minimal, so uh, lightning chance does look to be minimal as we'll move through the day today. Looking at our current surface analysis, still seeing that stalled boundary off the southeastern coast with some weak low pressure along that, and seeing some weak surface troughing north of that, helping to uh, focus some of the shower activity off to our southwest. Also seeing an upper level trough fairly weak over the area that's going to help support some shower activity today. Again, a bulk of that more moderate shower activity will stay off to the southwest of the area. We do have a slightly drier air mass as you track northeast from that shower activity. So as some of that tries to work its way into the local area, it's going to struggle to maintain and keep things on the lighter side of any precip that we'll see here locally. Current weather this morning, we're seeing a few clouds at 2,000 feet, broken at 12,000 feet, broken at 16,000 feet. Winds out of the east at 6 knots, temperature 74 degrees, relative humidity is at 81%. First, take a look at the local radar here. We can see a bit messy here with some ground clutter up to the north, but do see some shower activity off to the west and southwest as mentioned. Do have a few light radar returns starting to move into the area. Most of this not really making it to the surface. Won't see our best chance of seeing some light rain as until we get into the afternoon time frame. And again, a bulk of this kind of higher reflectivity is going to stay off to the west and southwest. Look at our current visible satellite. We can see here that rain showers off to the west and southwest, also socked into clouds, and expecting the clouds to continue to build in over the area, staying overcast over the next 24 hours. We'll look at the European model here, what we can expect. As mentioned, as we get into the afternoon time frame, the European a bit bullish with some of the precip moving into the area, but all models indicating a chance for some light precip moving through, as you can see, staying mainly in the light greens here over the local Wallops area as we get into that particularly second portion of the afternoon, and we'll see that lingering around as we go into the evening and overnight time frame. Again, mainly going to see light rain to maybe just a sprinkle as this pushes through, so varying between a sprinkle and light rain, so nothing too significant, but not expecting any lightning with this activity as it pushes through the area, and we'll see that lingering into the early morning of Thursday. As we go through the day on Thursday, we'll continue to see this precip activity just off to the south, so can't rule out some light precip. It's going to be a bit more isolated in nature as we move through the day on Thursday, and possibly lingering into Thursday evening and the Friday morning. But again, seeing most of that precip staying just off to the south, and then moving into Friday, we'll see that continue to pull away from the area as a weak area low pressure develops and tracks off the coast, pulling that unsettled weather with it out of the area. So if we look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, seeing a yellow risk introduced during the afternoon for precip with that chance of light rain. Again, looking fairly light to maybe just a sprinkle as most of this moves through, but so not too impactful, but not expecting any lightning, and we'll continue that yellow risk starting at mainly 14 local and then continuing into the start of the day on Thursday. Otherwise, seeing overcast conditions with our ceilings dropping down to around 10,000 feet as we get into the afternoon, and any rain could drop those ceilings down to 2,000 feet, and then we'll see some lower ceilings potentially as we go into the early morning hours of Thursday around 6,000 feet. Our high temperature expected around 79 degrees today. We'll see northeasterly winds 8 to 13 knots, gusting up to 18 knots, and we'll see those winds staying fairly breezy or slightly breezy as we move through the next 24 hours, right around that 8 to 13, gusting to 18 knots. Continuing, we'll see our low temperature around 70 degrees for Thursday morning, and those tides running slightly above normal. Thursday, cloudy to mostly cloudy later in the day, We'll see a slightly breezier day with a breezy onshore flow. We do have a yellow risk for winds that are above 25 knots with the possibility of seeing a wind advisory at times for our Thursday. Otherwise, slight chance of an isolated light rain or sprinkle. Again, this will be a bit more isolated in nature as the bulk of that activity will be out of the area. High around 79 degrees. Mostly cloudy with a slight chance of an isolated sprinkle on Thursday night. Low around 69 degrees. So yellow risk for Thursday and Thursday night with that slight risk of light rain or sprinkle. And then back to green conditions as we move into Friday, expecting that precip to start pooling out of the area by Friday. We'll see mostly to partly cloudy conditions late in the day. Slightly breezy onshore flow, but currently looking at green conditions for our Friday with a high around 79 degrees. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.